All right. Good morning. This is EJ, the automotive detailing innovator. I got this 4x4 truck. It's a Raptor. My coworker went off roading, so he got some scratches on the body. He did a pretty good job of scratching up these pillars, and I noticed his trim pieces right here. It's got scratches too. I'm a foam pad this without any compound or wax. Maybe I can make it look better, but I'm not gonna even attempt to, and hear me good, I'm not gonna attempt to put no compound and wax on these because they known to change colors, and I don't want to be responsible for trying to get that fixed because I'm not in a predicament to get that fixed. So then they would have to get somebody to fix it, and more likely I would have to pay for it. And I don't need nothing like that going against my reputation, neither. That's the last thing I need. I'm thinking I'm gonna retire full time out of automotive detailing force, working for a dealership. I haven't worked for any salon in 31 years. Matter of fact, I got here in September '94. By the time October came, say the second week in October, I was through working for salons because there's no money in it for the detailer. The money is all made for the individuals that own it. October the 31st, I started working for my first new car automotive dealership in Renton, Washington. Matter of fact, the place I worked for in Renton, Washington, in October the 31st, Halloween Day, the first dealership job I got. I worked for the same manufacturer dealership. The same dealership that sold the same exact kind of car when I was living in Decatur, Georgia. And that service manager let me fill out that application. He called that service manager in Georgia. I didn't know he was gonna do it. I filled out the application. I took it to the service manager. He told me to go back out there and have a seat and he'll call me. I went back outside in the lounge and sat down. In about 10 minutes, he called me. I called my name. I got up and walked back to his office. He told me to have a seat. I sat down. I already saw he was on the phone. He turned on the intercom, turned on this phone speaker phone to where I could hear the conversation and everybody's basically live. And I hear a voice say, "Damn, Eddie Lee, you really went to Washington State like you told us." Come to find out, that service manager called Georgia, and he called the state of Georgia, the city of Decatur dealership, and asked him about me. The guy, the service manager guy, had the guy that hired me after that phone conversation thinking I could walk on water. And I told him there's only one person could do that, and that was Jesus Christ. But I got the job. Okay, I'm gonna stop this and get my buffer together. And bear in mind, I'm gonna wood pad these here. I'm gonna wood pad all the heavy scratches that I see here. I saw some here, and then some here. I'm probably gonna get away with doing a two-step on this car. It's not, this vehicle, a truck, pickup truck, because there's not a lot of money involved in it. And with it being this light color, I don't have to spend the time on it like I would a darker vehicle. Next time you see me, I'm going to have my buffer in my hand. I'm going to be going to work. This is EJ, the automotive detailing, innovator, signing off. All right. Hold on. Bring this a little closer. I really like working on Sundays, mornings like this, because it don't be nobody else in detail but myself. Oh, man. I probably should have showed y'all how I look before I start buffing on it. But if the passenger side is scratched up as this, I'll show y'all how I look before when I do the passenger side. Now you got a scratch right here that's got me in a predicament where it's gonna be a kind of hard to get the buffer there. Maybe if I had one of those little smaller buffers with the smaller pads that I got, that I bought for myself when I go mobile, for my own personal use, it would have been better. Okay, that's a whole lot better. I already use this. This is my buffer, and a lot of stuff I use is mine. I'm only going to go so far with using my own equipment. And to clarify something, I don't really have to use my own equipment, but I've been in detail dealerships and detail department where it was 7 and 8 detailers. And with everybody using the same equipment, your stuff started breaking sooner than what the people that paid for it thought it would break, and fingers started getting pointed. And I don't like using stuff raggedly. Stuff that don't feel right in my hand when I'm detailing or using it for detail purpose, I don't use it long. It's all about how it feels in EJ hands. I'd have used a whole lot of different damn buffers, brands of buffers, from Black & Decker to Milwaukee. Some of the bumpers I can't remember. Some was generic. Then I started using Makita, and since I started using Makita in 1982, I think 1982, 1983. I like the way the Makita buffer feel. I've used DeWalt. My first time using a DeWalt buffer was in 2004. I didn't like the way it felt in my hand. Now DeWalt, the manufacturers DeWalt, I could tell they innovators, because when they first came out with DeWalt rotary high-speed buffer, it was real heavy. And when you put it in one hand and you put the Makita in the other, you can feel the damn difference. Then over a period of time, the DeWalt buffer that got about as light as the Makita buffer. Which I think helped them out a whole lot. I still don't like them. They still don't feel right in my hand compared to my Makita, but they have came a long ways to make them lighter and better. Than it was originally. I don't know if I would have liked them if I would have started using them before I started using Makita, but I don't know the history of DeWalt. I never heard of DeWalt until the damn early 2000s. So the DeWalt barrel speed, high speed rotary buffer might not have been out at that time. Maybe if it was, I would have used it. I'm gonna stop this for a second. I need to tape up a couple spots. Once I get this, I'm gonna look at this again. This rear driver quarter panel. I use this big light to try to help me locate scratches. I'm thinking almost to a degree that light was blinding me. So I'm gonna get on my roll around chair after I get through doing this part. Sit down and make sure I got what I needed to get. Get on my chair and roll from here to here and look and see if there's anything else I need to get. This is a full-time truck. When I washed this truck, it was about 3 o'clock. I was already tired because I've been working there since 7 o'clock that morning. So I had to suck it up to wash the truck. And I already had washed the truck prior to that, bigger than this and taller than this. It was a Toyota truck that had some kind of camper thing on the back. But not on the back, on top of it. I'm in luck too. The passenger side of the pillars is just as bad as the driver's side. I'm gonna stop recording for right now, and then I'm gonna come back maybe when I get ready to do my second step. I just wanted y'all to get an idea of what I was doing, so I'm gonna stop in a minute. You know what? I'm gonna stop right now and get on my roll around chair and look and see what else I need to do, see if there's any more scratches. Then I might show a little bit more of me doing it, maybe about another minute, then I'll stop recording. Peace. All right. This looks similar to what the driver pillar looked like. I forgot to do a video before I started on the driver pillar to let you see how scarred up and scratched it was. I remember after I already had gave it the first heavy cut step. So now I'm making sure I do a video of this one. And this is the way the driver's side pillow looked. Same exact way. And I'll show you how it looked when I'm done. Peace. I'm about to get ready to stop. Get on customer stuff at 11, but I gotta have ready by 11. Come to find out, the salesman that sold the car that supposed to go at 11, that if it's really sold on this truck. told them that I won't start work till 11. So he should have had that customer come in around 12 or 1. But I'm about to go ahead and stop and get on it. I got to take the wax off and do the windows. Then I got this car right here I got to finish up. And then in between time, I'm going to work on the salesman truck. Well, I'm going to finish it. Better if this truck would have been black. It'd have been easier for me to see the scratches, and I could determine better how deep I need to buff into the paint with the wood pad and heavy cutting cream. A truck being this light, it makes it harder for me to see the scratches. And then when I see them and think I got them all, I didn't get them all. And then the worst part, it's harder to determine how hard to buff in this paint with this truck being this light. It's almost impossible for me to gauge it like I want to gauge it. I had some of the newer detailer asked me, did I ever use a paint gauge to gauge how much paint still left on the exterior, there we go, exterior paint. And I told him, no, I gauged it with my damn eyes. And the way it feels, the way it looks. I didn't even know nothing like that had been made until that one guy asked me. I had a guy tell me he had one, and then I seen it on YouTube. I know they had gauges for brakes to tell how much life left on the brakes. I know they had it for tires, but I never knew they had made it for exterior paint on vehicles. To be honest, I would hate to be the detailer I had to depend on the damn gauge to tell me something like that. I really depend on my knowledge. All right. This is the second step. This is a heavy carnauba base wax. I'm not going over it with another step. Not enough money in it, and I'm not gonna let this stop me from going home at 6. Not this, maybe something else, but not this. All right, I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna run the DA buffer on his trim pieces, trying to see if I can polish out the scratches he got in there. Like I told him, I'm not gonna use no cutting cream, no kind of wax. I'm just gonna use the foam pad and the moisture from the chemicals I use in the foam pad to try. Matter of fact, I'm gonna try a little bit right now. Okay, I should have left the tape on the other side, but since I'm not gonna use any actual wax, I'm gonna use a dry foam pad. I should be all right. Well, that do look better for a quick hit. I'll spend some more time on that later. This is EJ signing out. Peace. All right, those are the pillars. This was just a driver and passenger from the top of the doors where the window come in at down above jaw due to off-roading scratches. It would have been better for me if I had more light, even shining my flashlight, and the color of this vehicle didn't go that well for me. It would have been better for me if I would have had a black vehicle. That way I know I could gauge the paint, right? Because black is just gonna show up. All the scratches and nicks and dings is gonna show up on the exterior. With this exterior being light colored, and when you throw in the lighting, even with me having a flashlight, I was only able to engage so much. But if I would have been able to do this straight outside in direct light, maybe a cover parking or something, I'd have been able to see better, and maybe I could have did what I really wanted to do. But overall, I think it turned out pretty damn good. All these here were scratched up, and I just polished them out with a finishing pad with no cream. They still got some scratches, but you can't see them that much. And the thing about what I've done, I didn't use nothing silicone based. So, you see there? Look at my hand. My hand is dry. So this ain't something that's just gonna wash off when a good rain comes. That's something I learned about different type of moldings that you could use a buffer on with a finishing pad by mistake. This is EJ signing out. Peace.